Hi Nina, and we've been taking a look at the weather over the last week, and we've had some lovely sunshine across the northwest of Scotland, storing away 40 hours of sunshine recorded in sharp contrast to the grey, gloomy weather much of England and Wales have had. Not even an hour of sunshine recorded at these cities over the last 7 days. However, today we have started to see a few breaks work into Brighton and London, two of those really dull places, and we've started to see the skies brighten up. So for the first time in a week, we've actually seen some sunshine here. Otherwise, it's pretty cloudy today. We've got rain in the west. Looking at the forecast for tomorrow, well, there could be some really nasty icy conditions building up over the Pennines.
Hello there, good afternoon. Well, we really have had a lot of cloud in recent days, but we are seeing some spells of brightness today. And for the rest of this afternoon, whilst it is still fairly cloudy, there will be some brighter spells at times.
And we've got mixed fortunes really to take us through the afternoon. Northern Scotland has actually done quite well for sunshine over the course of this last week. And once again, Shetland seeing some bright skies. But otherwise, there's still a lot of cloud showing up on the satellite picture. The thickest cloud, this band stretching from Northern Ireland across Wales and southwest England, is a weather front. And this is what the weather front looks like as it started to move into Northern Ireland. The clouds getting lower, the rain getting heavier.
The Met Office has warned that conditions could become so cold this weekend that some areas may see a rare weather phenomenon called freezing rain. It's particularly dangerous, causing treacherous driving conditions on very slippery roads. It's rain that falls as a liquid, but then freezes on impact, making surfaces resemble an ice rink. It is February, so I don't suppose that's a surprise, but it has been a particularly frigid spell of weather, hasn't it, Thomas? And one wonders how much of a problem this freezing rain could be.
Yeah, well, hopefully, Clive, it's not going to be too widespread. It looks as though it's going to be confined to northern parts of the UK, particularly around Yorkshire, and this is for tonight and into tomorrow morning. We're talking about the Pennines, perhaps the North York Moors. Again, most of us will not see that sort of weather event.
Now there, good evening. Didn't do too badly with a bit of winter sunshine today, but it's really chilly and cold out there, isn't it?
It is. It is. I mean, we had a little bit of sunshine today. I mean, that was pleasant. We haven't had sunshine for such a long time. But you know what? Tomorrow it's back to these layers of grey. And it is going to be rather on the cold side. They're going to have to find a way to warm up on Valentine's. So a little bit of rain possible, but I don't think it's going to be raining all the time. And then Sunday evening, I think that's how the weather's going to stay. Breezy, easterly wind. The outlook is looking promising, though. Look at this. As we go through the course of next week, look at those temperatures, mid-teens. We haven't had that in a while. Got a sunshine there. So it is going to feel positively tropical, believe you me, compared to what we've got right now. So not a great weekend, but then gradually, yeah, we'll have to pay for it a little bit with some rain, but eventually it does look as though things are going to be warming up. But for tonight, find a way to warm up on Valentine's.
OK, thanks very much, Thomas.
And the cold and cloudy weather continues, but these guys, oi, aren't quite as grumpy about it as you might think. I'll tell you all the details and give you the full forecast a little later in the programme. All right, all right, all right. And we may still very much be in the thick of it with the cold and gloomy weather, but these guys really don't have the hump too much about it, and at least we're getting an extra 3 minutes a day of daylight, so it's not all bad. I'll give you the full weekend forecast in just a moment.
Oh, and Becky, you're at Hertfordshire Zoo, aren't you? With a few guests keeping themselves warm.
Yes, they say never work with children or animals. This is, as you can see, the only two individuals who are not grumpy about the cold and gloomy weather. This is Mo and Navas, and they're brothers, they're Bactrian camels. And as you can see, they are looking perfectly happy in this rather gloomy weather at the moment. And in fact, I've been finding about why this weather is actually pretty perfect for them. Have a look.
They have a nice big woolly coat, so they actually really love the cold weather. Where they come from in Mongolia and South China, they can actually get to -40°C. And then in the summer, it can go up to +40°C. So this is actually really lovely for the camels. They don't mind it. And when you get the ice on the ground, the tops of their humps will get icicles on the tops of their humps and on that long fur that they have. So that's really nice to see.
But if you've got the hump about the weather at the moment, it's not really surprising, bearing in mind the lack of sunshine. In fact, we are on track for one of the dullest winters on record, certainly there in the top 10. But spare a thought for people a little bit further afield. Now, here is Svalbard, and that's an archipelago in Norwegian archipelago, sorry. It lies midway between Norway and the North Pole, one of the most northerly inhabited places on Earth. They've had nearly 4 months of total darkness. Big day tomorrow. They get their first sunrise for a long time at 11:30 in the morning. That must be exciting. By the end of next week, they're getting 5 hours of sunshine. Let's see if we get any sunshine or any brightness this weekend. Have a look. I think this is the peak of my career where I'm doing a forecast with a camel bottom behind me. Anyway, let's have a look at the summary then for this weekend. And as you can see, it's going to be a largely cool and cloudy sort of picture. It's really more of the same of what we've been getting. Outbreaks of rain, turning rather wintry on the hills. There will be some brightness around in places, but I think it'll really be across the far northern and far southeastern periphery, generally speaking. So milder temperatures are expected from the middle of next week. Dare I call that hump day? But until then, over this weekend, keep calm and camel on. Back to you.
Oh my goodness. Thanks very much, Becky.